Well, good morning and early to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us this morning. We don't even know how many of you are joining us right now, but welcome to the Rink Exchange at C-League RHL action. That's Block 15 versus Falling Sky. Joining you this morning is Flint Dunchuk and Daniel Gomez.
Morning.
Daniel, why don't you take us through the lineups today?
So we have starting goalies for Block 15, Jen Nyberg, rated number 3 in C-League this year. And then over on the far side, Falling Sky, Arian Mobasur, who made the jump to C-League goalie this year. He's also a forward in our B-League. Top scorers, you're looking at Ken Carroll for Block 15, Jeffrey Bishop, and Vaden Francisco. Over on Falling Sky, Joseph Graham, Terry Smith, and Andrew Ruckasack.
So tonight, just a quick reminder, this is the first time we've been doing it this spring. This is game 1 today of 8 games today here at the Rink Exchange, brought to you by the Eugene Generals. I noticed that someone has finally joined the live stream. So if you are watching us, we do need to do a quick sound check, make sure the video and audio is really good. So if you could reach out to us at facebook.com. That's facebook.com/The Rink Exchange. You'll be able to catch us live there. You'll be chatting directly with our color man today, Daniel Gomez. And just give us a thumbs up. Make sure the stream is good. And if you can also chat live as well here with the Eugene Generals. So if you chat live on YouTube, and just give us a thumbs up, making sure that everything is looking good for you today. And off the draw, Block 15 gains control real quickly. And a quick save by
Arian Mobasur looking great right there, getting on top of his crease, cutting off the angle. Swallows that, no rebound there for Ken Carroll. Oh, big toe save. That is Terry Smith. So a lot, and actually it speaks to a lot to the development of the RHL as a whole this year. So we made a big move and pulled a lot of our experienced C-Leaguers into the Bravo division. And what we wanted was kind of what you're seeing here, where players, so Jen, for example, has just finished her RHL Academy, and now she's 8 weeks later in league playing in her 8th game. And she's comfortable, she's having fun, and that's really what we wanted when we made that switch. We had players that had been in league for years, and so it was really intimidating for our new players to come in, join, and then try and get some real game action. So we've done a really good job, I think, and the feedback seems to show that the players that are new, that are coming to the RHL, they're really having a good time, and that's what we wanted.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that we actually have an intro hockey program that is for adults.
Yes. right.
Thanks for tuning in. We've got a couple of people checking in on the YouTube channel to let us know let us know throughout the day. We'll be adding some improvements as we figure out all the nuts and bolts of broadcasting. And I know Ross and Ken Carroll tries to bring up the point, but it's blocked out.
Biscuit. There's a goal. I think that's just punt. Yep. Awesome pickpocket there, and a pass to Ken Carroll finishes off beautifully. 5-hole. See if we can get the instant replay up. Let's D pairs for both teams. So we got Ken Evans, Jen Gomez, one D pair for block 15. Shailene and Biscup for the second D pair over there on block. And then I will see if I can get the names for Falling Skies D pairings. They did not turn in rosters with their line set up in it, unfortunately, believe it or not. Good keep in there. The 2-on-1 developing for Falling Sky here. Ken Evans keeps the puck out. Block 15 looking really confident with this running gun style. They were tied for second in goals this year in the Cascade division. Falling Sky not so much. 50 goals against this year and only 13 goals for, so finishing off a rough year for them. But both teams looking to have a good time here in the consolation game for the Cascade division. Good angles there by both defensemen for block 15. This is the consolation game, yeah. Ooh, could do that. Ken Carroll came in. He's the one of our top players for block 15 on our roster. Let's see where he came in. So he was tied for 10th this year in Cascade scoring. Just a little bit of info there for you. So, and one of the things that we've seen already is that Block 15 is very good about exiting their zone. Falling Sky, not having those clean breakouts that you'd like to see, but they're a little bit quicker up front, so when Block 15 is not efficient in moving the puck, they're getting bottled up in their end just as much as Falling Sky. So officials for today, Ed Huddleston and Steve the ref. I'm not aware of Steve's last name, so. Yeah, well. Oh! Seeing it again there. Block 15 just flying through the neutral zone and getting those shots on goal. It's going to be the name of the game today, shots, shots, shots. A little bit of miscommunication there for Block 15. Nobody knowing who needs to go get the puck. Oh. Hit John Poole. No relation to Big Jim. Oh. Yeah, so there were 3 separate games. There's a team from Bend, Eugene, and Portland yesterday. So they played a little round robin, and from what I heard and what I saw, I watched a little bit of the first game. It was pretty fun affair for everyone, and trying to get some more of that stuff. Want more girls hockey here in Eugene, so that's one of the big steps for that. I do not. Honestly, we just need material, so the more dirt you can give us, the more we can embarrass them on the broadcast, and the more fun it is for all of you at home watching. Use the stick. It's an efficient dump there by Ken Evans. We don't. but we're going to try. Offsides call there. So Jen's been involved here with Laha since basically both of her kids have been playing for longer than I've been here. Always looking to help, volunteer, anything she can do to help both Laha, the Eugene Generals, and the Rink Exchange as a whole. Never hesitant to volunteer to play goalie, skater, whatever the league needs, wherever there's a hole at the end of registration. She's always the first person I call. So shout out to Jen, and hopefully she has good luck the rest of this game. That does not look like Vaden. Nope. Sub guy.
So off the draw here. It's picked up by Terry Smith. He's got a 2-on-1 there with Jess Whitney. Moves it to Whitney. Back to Terry Smith. A nice play there. Great puck movement by Terry Smith.
Beautiful little give and go. That was our second key to the game today, was all those pucks near the high areas. So the high blue line, both your offensive, defensive zone, that's what's going to burn you today.
You'll see this nice play here by Terry Smith that results in this 2-on-1 off this replay. Terry Smith moves it to Jess Whitney. Back to Terry Smith. He gets a nice shot on goal. And here we are back live.
Well done there, boss. I know you're really proud of that.
And out to center ice. Falling Sky will retrieve, but it's taken away by Vaden Francisco. Shot there and a good save by Mo Basser. Francisco wearing the nice haircut today. I'm sure Ken Evans really likes that haircut by Ken Evans, or by Vaden Francisco. Francisco takes a shot.
By Ken Evans.
And it's picked up in the corner there by Apgar. He tries to center. It's picked off by Terry Smith of Falling Sky, and it moves out to center ice. It's dumped in. Picked up by, or tried to contest it by Biskup. Eventually moves out to center ice. Biskup will chase it down, but we're going to get an icing call. So how do these teams do this year?
Both teams. So let's just take a look at the stats here. So Falling Sky was held winless through 7 games. Block 15 picked up 2 wins and 1 tie and 4 losses. So rough season for both teams. Another rush here by Ken Carroll.
Ken Carroll splits his defenseman. He comes in. He's going to be deep now, so he tries to center. Good play there. It's picked up by Machado. He'll take it off the wall where Poole will recover, but it's intercepted there again by Carroll. He takes a shot, and a good save by Mo Basser off the shot from Ken Carroll.
Unorthodox. Let's see. So I got a comment here on Facebook. Let's see, so Anthony Mancuso. Oh, that's late. You've already fixed that. So, boss, your mic is a little quiet apparently. This is what I'm being
Well,
told.
I had it off for a little while, but
okay.
it's probably doing well now. And at the next stoppage of play, we'll show the replay on the unorthodox save. As Falling Sky enters the zone, they'll dump it in. Lindsay sends it into the right corner where it's picked up. Nice save there by Jen Nyberg. Nyberg showing the good paddle down save. And puck comes out to center ice where it's recovered by Jim Hay. Hay moves it up off the boards, and it's intercepted there by block 15. Apgar throws it in, quickly taken away again. We have an offside play. We'll show you that unorthodox save here as you'll see Ken Carroll make the shot. Everybody looking for the puck, and we come back to the normal stoppage of play.
So talking about goalies, so both Jen and Arian posted 8-7 and lower save percentages for the year. When you look at the two goalies that will be playing in today's championship game, both of them are plus 9-3. So, and it's not, I'm not going to say that it's Arian or Jen's fault. So they're both newer goalies, only 2 years in net for Jen, and then this is Arian's literal 8th game in a net. So experience here at that position is proving pretty important, and it's the same trend you actually see in both the Apollo and Bravo divisions. Those teams that are playing in the championship games today, those goalies are the ones that are putting up those higher save percentage numbers. So,
well, that would seem to make sense, right? Like people play a little bit more, get and actually it's a pattern too. People who come more often, who not just play more often, but actually come out and do the Hockey Academy, which is on Saturdays and Wednesdays here at the rink. Opportunity for adult learning and adult hockey learning. And here we have a breakaway opportunity by Apgar. He takes a shot, and it's wide. Good opportunity there by Bach 15 to make it 2-0.
I think the other little bit that's in there, it's never too late to learn. So Arian just started playing hockey within the last 3 years, and now he's playing literally the most difficult position on the ice, and he's doing a pretty good job at it.
Right, absolutely.
So,
how many of these C-Leaguers, I mean,
so
as far as the C-Leaguers go, I mean, this particular league is for people who came to hockey either late in life or really wanted to play hockey recently. Is that correct?
So out of both these teams right now, we have roughly 20 skaters on the ice, and I can count 11 of them that either took the class as brand new or took the class as the academy and were just trying to refresh their skills. So that's over 50%, and if you look at the top goal scorers in the Cascade division, all but one are or have been in the academy in the last 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You know, it's funny though. You know, I think a lot of people know I spend a lot of time with kids, and what's going on? Sorry about that. What's going on there is, you know, a lot of parents of kids think that the way they get better at hockey is actually in games, and actually, as it would seem to make sense, a lot of kids get better in practice, and so the key to, you know, being a successful coach is to make practice fun, so kids want to come to practice, and that's something we're trying to do now. I think you're trying to do, right, with the adult league system is
absolutely
to give, you know, parents an opportunity to come out and practice but still have a lot of fun with it.
The last 3 years, the RHL's hockey academy portions changed a lot. We went from doing really strict station-based skills practices to this year actually switching to a really heavy stations-based for a small area, and then we've kind of morphed it even more into mixing both of those things into a really what I think is a complete hockey practice plan for across 8 weeks for both our Wednesday class and our Saturday class. So
second period is underway here. It's 1-0 block 15. They're moving from our right to our left as they change in. Falling Sky moving left to right. And picking up the puck here is Biskup. He'll move it off the boards, intercepted quickly there by Doug Machado, and he dumps it in. Back to pick it up is Shailene Vogel. Vogel moves it up the boards to, I think that's Vaden Francisco. Francisco comes out through center ice. Much better skater this game, Francisco is. And a shot there, and a save by Mo Basser. Francisco again cutting into the middle, takes a shot, and another save by Mo Basser. Francisco having much better time entering the offensive play today than he has, at least when I've seen him in the past. And it's picked up by Terry. Terry moves it up. Smith gets the puck in, and it looks like Block 15 will recover. That'll be Ken Carroll, moves it up the boards. It goes past everybody back out to center ice, where Lindsay plays it and dumps it in. Back to retrieve is Vogel. Vogel moves it up along the wall. Intercepted there by Machado. Machado takes a shot. Good save there by Nyberg. Vogel again will wrap it around the boards. It'll be intercepted along the points. I feel like I'm watching a Pee Wee hockey game right now. Everybody just wraps it around the wall and it gets intercepted. And when you talk about that, Daniel, like we kind of, I was making a comment about wraps, but why is that, at least on a breakout? We don't really want to wrap along the wall. We don't really want the offensive points or the offensive wingers, if we can use that term lightly, on their points tight.
Well, I think it really goes back to the thing that we are constantly fighting here at the youth hockey level, which is the simple solution. The yelling solution from the coach is the right one. It's not. So if you can think back to when you were a Pee Wee, Flint, and you were on that wall, what was your coach screaming at you to do?
They were just saying, get it out.
Get it out, right? Well, you work so hard for the dang thing. Why are you getting rid of it?
Yeah,
right?
and it shows up in adult league. So when you're watching today, you watch these defensemen. They're just going to wrap the puck around the boards, and it's 9 times out of 10 going to be picked off by the opposite team at the point. And it's because the wingers, quote-unquote, covering their point. You'll see here, if you could see number 3 in the shot. And we'll try and do a little bit of hockey analysis over time so we can help people throughout. But you'll definitely see that, and maybe I'll figure out how to do the teleprompter by the end of the day. But as we return to the hockey itself, Biskup will recover his puck in his own zone. Biskup will pass here. Nice play over to Odea. That's an awesome hockey name. Odea moves it up to center ice, but it's picked off. Vogel just can't reach it, and Biskup will go into the corner and recover. He's challenged there, but I don't know. They're not on the roster. Oh, excuse me. Nope, that's Whitney. Thought it was 7. My eyes aren't quite so good at my old age. It's cleared out by Ken Carroll all the way down. Chasing hard is Lindsay. Puck doesn't quite cross the goal line in time, so the wave off the icing. Whole bunch of players on the ice, but never mind that wasn't too many men on the ice. I think we have the San Jose Sharks referees from the other game.
You were going to bring that up eventually here, and it was actually on my script of things to avoid talking about.
I mean, that is all over Twitter.
And all I'm going to say is the Sharks were able to kill a 4-minute penalty and not give up any goals.
And at the end of the day, though, people ask me a lot about that call, you can imagine. And I would tell people what I normally say about officiating, that it is part of the game, good or bad, right call or not.
It's human.
It is the same officiating crew that is on the ice all the time. And so that really is the nature of playing this particular game.
And it's so fast.
It is very fast.
It looks so easy on TV. Oh, why didn't he make that call? It looks even easier in the stands. But when you're on the ice with those guys and you realize how fast they really are in person, it's amazing they get any of the calls right.
Right, and it is. I mean, even here, you just imagine it's hard to see. There's only 2 guys watching 12 players. And we're going to get an icing call here as Terry Smith goes to chase down. 11:01 left to go in the second period. It's still 1-0. Falling Sky. The 1 goal in today's game by Ken Carroll off a breakaway, or a semi-breakaway, going 5-hole on Mo Basser to make it 1-0. So off the draw here, Falling Sky grabs the puck. Same thing again, is this tendency to just rip the puck around the boards. Nice play there, trying to go wide. Terry Crisp beats Ken Evans wide. Race for the puck. I just called him Terry Chris, which is an old head coach for the Calgary Flames. But that is Terry Smith. Nice save there by Jen Nyberg.
It is nice to see those experienced players when they're feeling pressure to actually be making plays, not just ripping the puck. Terry there obviously showing his years of hockey experience, making an awesome pass in that breakout. Big save there by Jen Nyberg.
And you'll see here on quick replay, he does do a great job. Goes wide. Nice save here by Jen Nyberg as we return to the play.
Little push through there by Leslie Pollard.
So what is a push through, Daniel?
So there's a whole bunch of if I could really break it down to one thing that I would like to see, it's you pulling a player towards you, putting that puck behind them in a lane and in a spot for the player on your team to cut behind them, pick up the puck, and keep going.
It's basically a pass to yourself. Like over the years, different people call it different things. As Steve Smith, wow, there's a Steve Smith who looks like Terry Smith, but not really. And so I was kind of confused. I thought I had blown it. But here's Joe McCulley down the right side. McCulley's got a little bit of room. A great shot, and it goes just wide to the left side. Picked up on the left wing boards by John Poole. He'll move it down low. John Poole tries to get his puck back, but doesn't quite get to him. And it's intercepted there by block 15 for O'Dea. O'Dea tries to move it up to center ice, up to Smith. Smith just out of his reach. And on the change here, Kenneth Evans will be back to pick it up. But we'll get an icing call with 9:14 left to go in the second period. Still 1-0, block 15 on a goal by
Ken Carroll.
Ken Carroll.
We're just finishing each other's
That's the idea with
sentences.
color. That's the
you
idea
were
with
supposed
color.
to say sentences.
Wanted to say thank you to Jacob Rhodes this morning. Jacob Rhodes coming in here at 8 o'clock in the morning to run a camera just so we could have a good broadcast.
Right before he goes to Jerry's for work.
So,
shout out to Jerry's.
Yeah. And, do you think he looks at his clock in the morning and when it's time to go to work, he goes, uh-oh, better head for Jerry's?
100%.
This broadcast not sponsored by Jerry's, but
we'd like
really,
to.
Really wouldn't mind if it did. Join us on the conversation on the chat channel on YouTube. You can also join us, and Daniel's monitoring that Facebook. That's facebook.com/The Rink Exchange. Let us know where you're watching from. A great save there off a point shot by John Lindsay. John Lindsay takes that shot, and it was a great save by Jen Nyberg.
Apparently nobody wants to talk to me. I got a couple likes on our Facebook post, but no comments. So that's cool.
You know, Daniel, it's an early morning. Maybe they just don't like you.
Do they know that there's hockey on Sunday?
Yeah.
It's not like they're watching football.
So block 15, it's been a pretty even match today. You know, and I really have to think about how awesome it is that there are so many people. Like, I don't think there are many other sports where people choose to play something that is this highly skilled late in life, and I don't think people can really appreciate how difficult it is. And it's funny because we both coach young kids, and their parents are always talking about why their kids don't do X, Y, and Z, and but then their parents do come out here and decide to play, and I have a lot of respect for that. And then they gain a respect for how difficult it really is as Carroll steps across the line, takes a shot.
Big kick save.
Good save there by Mo Basser.
No, it's true. And you know what's even funnier about that is the people that complain, well, for the most part, the people that complain about officiating and then official themselves, they learn a pretty big respect for other officials, because it is not easy to either play this game, officiate this game, even scorekeep or broadcast this game.
Not at all, and I totally agree with that. And you and I, for the better part of 25 years for me, closing in for 10 years for you, coaching and doing the various things that you do. And it's a lot of, it's easy to watch it on a broadcast or do something early and to say, oh, well, that's kind of what it looks like, and it looks really easy. But you do have a lot of, especially the people who are in net. Boy, that's a whole new ball game.
You'll see. So I have a B League game today, and you'll see me in net. And I consider myself
You're terrible.
I am a pretty athletic person.
You're terrible.
And a decent skater. But, man, goaltending is so freaking hard.
It is. And not to mention, it's anaerobically taxing, meaning from a conditioning standpoint. Good poke check there by Ken Evans.
And just, I mean, the mental side of it, we don't talk about it enough. Goalies, 50% of the game, if they were lucky, they would be facing shots. But really, they're only facing shots for 15, 20% of the game. The other 80% of the game, it's all mental, trying to keep focused and not forget what you're doing, not staring in the stands and, getting distracted.
100%. Here's Ken Carroll. He cuts in along the blue line. Looks like Pavel Datsuk tipped in front. And we've got a great second goal, but I think it was tipped in front by someone. So we'll take a look here in just a second. Daniel, what'd you see?
It looked like Ken took the puck off the wall, kept his head up, kept his feet moving, threw a nice low shot. Notice it wasn't high, kept it nice and low, and it looked like Leslie got her stick on it out in front, deflected it past Arian. Hard shot for him to see just because of all the traffic. And then on top of that, a change of direction less than 10 feet out from his goal mouth. It's not an easy save to make.
So let's see it here on the replay. Carroll takes the shot right in front, shot deflection, and we're back. So 2-0, block 15. We'll see if we can get an official report on what the score is. Not totally certain on that one, but we'll figure it out, report it back to you. So it is 2-0, block 15 with the assist at least from Ken Carroll. He's now had his hand on 2 of the goals. 5:45 left to go in the second period. Picked up there by Jen Gomez. And puck comes out to center ice. It is chased down by number 9, Jim Hay. A lot of Jims out here. Jim
really
Hay moves it up to center ice, where it's picked up by Joe McCulley. McCulley moves it far left side. John Poole, Jim, John, Jim, Joe. Lots of J's out here. It's a lot of craziness. You don't see a lot of Osakas out here in Eugene playing hockey.
Is there an Osaka out here?
But here's Francisco. Francisco can't manage to do anything with that puck. It's picked up by Falling Sky, led out by McCulley. McCulley's got some room. He'll take a shot. It's just wide. Handled back behind the net. McCulley again. Centers it. And a save by Nyberg. 4:52 left to go in the second. 2-0. Block 15.
We need to zoom in on Jen Nyberg's mask. That thing is a work of art. American flags all over it. Good battle there at Ken Evans. Get the puck out. Oh, big save there by Arian. Getting big, getting tall at the front of the crease. Lots of smiles out there.
Yeah, everybody seems to be having a good time. Again, let us know where you're watching from. There's 14 of you watching right now. And so when you have a chance, join us on the conversation on the YouTube channel. That's the Eugene General's YouTube channel that you're watching right now. There's a column to your right. If you do us a favor, go ahead and click the like button or the subscribe button there. So that we would appreciate the follows on the YouTube channel for the Eugene Generals. And if you want, click the bell. That activates the notifications, and it really helps us out a lot. So if you're wondering, how do you help the Eugene Generals? At least today, nothing. Just say thank you, join the conversation, and click that subscribe button. That'll do us a lot of work. It's 2-0, 3:26 left to go in the second period. Evans makes a great pass there, wired to Apgar. Apgar takes a shot. Good save there by Mo Basser. For some strange reason, every time I say Apgar, I think of Avengers. I'm not quite sure why that is.
Don't spoil anything.
I didn't say anything. Machado takes a shot. Good save there by Nyberg. Picked up by Biscup. He wraps it around the boards. A chip up there to Ken Carroll. He'll chase it down. One-on-one with Hay. He cuts to the middle. Carroll's got a lot of room. Shot. Oh, a great toe save there by Mo Basser.
Oh, big outlet here. Terry Smith all alone. Big save, Jen Nyberg. Both
So
goalies.
Got 2 breakaways there. It's crazy, Daniel, like getting good C-League action here.
I don't know why it's crazy, boss. Everybody plays. Everybody develops.
It's really nice to see. You'll see the cut back here by Ken Carroll. And an excellent toe save. So you check this out. Carroll cuts to the middle. Nice shot here. Big toe save. Excellent job there by Mo Basser as we come back to live action.
Big keep in there for Falling Sky. Putting on a little pressure now. Fortunately not able to censor the players on the ice. Somebody missing a sweet one-timer pass in the slot.
So the action has picked up. So I want to make my argument now for warm-ups for adults as we talk about the kids. And USA Hockey is starting to do a curriculum change. And yours truly is a part of that national group that's starting to work on curriculum changes. And the 5 areas that we've kind of identified for youth hockey now, it's nothing official, but the things that we've kind of discussed is a warm-up, making sure we have good practices, which obviously we do a lot of here in Eugene, making sure we have a good cool-down, really practice on off-ice programs, so off-ice stick handling, off-ice conditioning, off-ice development, and of course the 5th area of focus will be goaltending. The U.S. playing right now against Team Canada. I don't even know what the score is, so someone needs to tell me what the score is.
Sweden beat Canada yesterday in the semis.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah, so the Russians beat the U.S. in a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Really, the United States was incredible yesterday. A really good game for them, but they just couldn't put the pucks in the net. And at the end of the day, that's what's important when you're going to win a hockey game is to put pucks in the net. So they lost to Russia in overtime. And really just an incredible group of young men that 18 team is. Cole Caulfield now has the all-time points record for the United States, beating Johnny Gaudreau, I believe. Wow. And so anyway, we're back to the action here. Good shot off the post. Ken Carroll takes that shot.
Wait, so Canada isn't in the championship?
They are not. Canada is not in the championship.
So how many hockey players do they have?
But neither is the United States. So Canada, and people don't know, Canada, one of the reasons Canada has had success in the past, and you would expect them to have success, is they have almost 600,000 players. They've lost about 40,000 players, by the way, in the last 10 years, but that's a whole other story. But
so how many hockey players does Sweden have?
Sweden has a little over 55,000 players.
So 55,000 players.
Yeah, and so you would expect if you were picking a team from 55,000 players versus 400,000, 400 plus, almost 500,000 players from Canada. And I'll need to check the latest numbers, but it's anywhere between 500 and 490,000, somewhere in there. You would expect that Canada would get the better draw. But you look at the Russians and the Swedes, they have done extraordinarily well. And some of these other countries that are also in the tournament, and the World 18s, and a lot of people don't get to watch those, but I mean, we're talking countries of 1,500 people, which, by the way, is approximately the size of all players who play in the state of Oregon.
So
after
but
two periods
Canada's
of play,
not in the championship.
That's correct.
Okay.
After 2 periods of play, the Block 15 is up 2-0. And let's see if we can go back and take a look at Block 15's goal by their second goal in the period. And that was Ken Carroll. We'll take a look here in just a second. Daniel, why don't you cap us on how we got here today?
So both teams last week played in their division-deciding games. So Falling Sky played Team Purple. Team Purple took it to them pretty good. Block 15, a little bit of a rougher weekend. They had some goalie troubles. They weren't able to get a C-League qualified goalie in net. So they played an entire game against, two towns, tied them 1-1. But unfortunately, because they weren't able to find a C-League goalie, they had an Apollo-level goalie in net and had to give up their berth for the
disqualified
game. Yeah, so
we'll take them through their second goal here, and you'll see Ken Carroll will come in, take that shot, deflect it in front.
Great stick there by Leslie Pollard.
We'll see if we can play it again for you guys at a little bit slower pace. So you see Ken Carroll up here at the top of the circle. He'll rip a shot. It's deflected right in front. Looks like actually by a Falling Sky player.
A little bit of rough stuff going on at center ice.
That's how we got to where we are today.
Officials talking about something. I think breakfast. So bad lip reading here. So Steve, I want to make sure that I get eggs with my hash browns. And Steve's saying, okay, but do you want gravy?
Emerson Hachimoto. Thanks, Emerson. I know you're talking about my great my play-by-play, not the actual video. Emerson Hachimoto has kids that play because that's all I really care about. I don't care that Emerson plays in our adult league. I do appreciate that he plays, but it only goes to help the youth hockey in our organization.
And you know what's really important is that both kids, whenever they're out here skating, they're both wearing Sharks jerseys.
So shout out to Emerson Hachimoto. Thanks for joining us this morning. This is also serving as an opportunity for the Eugene Generals to learn some of the new technologies they'll be using as they are kind of having new big changes to their organization. They won't be playing in the fall in the upcoming 2019-2020 season as they prepare for actually playing at a different level, moving up, as they say in the year. So stay tuned for a lot of that information. Most of that right now is still under private disclosure, although at this point I guess they would allow us to go public. But
would you say that we're in the end game now?
Yes, we're in the end game now. So big opportunities for the Generals. Another step up for hockey in Eugene. It's going to be a lot more exciting. The league we're going to be playing in is a long-term league of players who, eventually are playing Division I hockey. Some of them are playing currently in the NHL now. So it'll be a good opportunity for the staff, good opportunity for our fans to really, take that next step. We really appreciate all the support. It's been 14 hockey seasons of Eugene Generals hockey, and the best, as they say, is yet to come. Lots of changes for the organization over the last 2 or 3 months, especially the last few weeks, and you'll be hearing a lot more of those as the Generals move and take their next step as well. And all of that we couldn't do without the efforts of number 88, Kenneth J. Evans, on the ice right now. Look at that, good timing. Picks up that puck, dumps it into the corner. It's going to result in icing. So. Yeah, Ken was actually the one, for those of you that don't know, that started the Eugene Generals back in 2005. I was just a young pup, came on, and he was fortunate enough to hire me on as his general manager back in 2005 to start the team. And they play in what's called Tier 3 Junior A hockey. I'll use that term loosely. And then at least in the junior ranks, the next step up is what's called Tier 2, which is the North American Hockey League, 27 teams throughout the United States. And then in junior hockey, there's, of course, Tier 1, 17 teams, which will soon be 16 teams in what's called the United States Hockey League, the USHL. That's predominantly a Midwest league, and those players are seriously good.
They're all right.
99.8% of those players will play Division I. Guys that have played in that league, you might have heard a few of them. Jack Eichel.
Who?
Johnny Gaudreau.
Don't know.
Jonathan Taves. A lot of those guys have been very good players in the USHL.
They're all right.
And so that's not where the Generals will be going. So by the process of elimination, you guys can probably figure out.
I don't know if you know, but I'm on a 10-year plan to make the NHL.
So, hey, I still have a chance.
There's still a chance. That Thai National Hockey League that we were talking to last year, they called me again, and they were going to pay us in rice.
It'll be we talked a little bit about Kenneth. It's 12:24 left to go in the third here. Block 15 is still up 2-0, and Daniel can probably speak to it as well. But, in addition to joining the Generals, which has been the best thing I've ever done in my life, and not that my life has been that long, but one of the things that's also given me an opportunity to do in my job is to work with USA Hockey and to work with USA Hockey national teams. And we joke around about saying, hey, you say there's a chance, but one of the things I was able to do was win a gold medal with the U.S. national team. We'll cut back to action here as Terry Smith cuts in. He tries to go left to right. Good stick there by Jen Nyberg. Great save off Terry Smith. Just getting back to what I was talking about, I had an opportunity to win a gold medal with 2 years ago at the Five Nations tournament with USA Hockey and the United States national team. And I mean, Daniel, what kind of opportunities has this particular rink in the Eugene Generals brought for you?
I mean, gee, I can't even begin to list. So let's start with, we got some, a little bit of rough stuff there. I mean, what hasn't it given me at this point? Like, I'm watching my wife play hockey right now. My son's running around with Flint's the better half of him by all
for all intents and
evaluations.
purposes,
Yeah.
well, we could just call it what it is.
Yeah.
She's kind of my wife.
Yeah, kind of. And, I mean, I get to travel around the world, do whatever I want as far as hockey goes. I get to continue doing everything that I've done in the past as far as Marine Corps reserves and, really getting to take care of my family and make sure that they have a good base of operations. Aaron spent more time here at this rink than he has at home.
Yeah,
in the last 2 years.
And it really has become a family atmosphere here. As looking for three, here is Ken Carroll. Nice shot and a goal to make it 3-0 Falling Sky.
Nucks for the big man.
Ken Carroll showing his prowess as a goal scorer. And
Detroit
you'll see here,
fan.
he's a big Detroit fan.
They could have used him this year.
Yeah. And we'll catch this play real quick. As you'll see Carroll cutting through the middle of the ice. He'll walk in, sets up, nice goal. And that's 3-0 Falling Sky.
Big save by Jen Nyberg. We just kind of, cap off that thought that Flint had, like just the kind of year that the general staff had. So me, and Flint, and Justin Kern, the head coach of the team, went and did a little internship with USA Hockey's national teams. And what's funny is we got to hang out with those coaches and be with them for, was it 3 days, 4 days?
Yeah, 4 days.
4
almost.
days. And so earlier this week, we're watching U18 Worlds, and Robo, as we call him, I can't remember his full name right now.
It's John Robusky.
John Robusky is on the TV, and my wife's watching. They've called a timeout or something, and he's talking to the players, and she goes, "Wow, that dude's really intense." And I went, "Yeah, Robo's like that." She went, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah, I hung out with that guy for 4 days." So that's just the kind of year and the kind of just awesome opportunities that we've gotten here working for the team, working for the rink, and USA Hockey as a whole.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting. So Leilani Towner has just tuned in on YouTube as well, and she says that's a great broadcast, and she was saying that's a special billet moment for her. So we talk about the family, not just the Generals, but the rink has really become, participating in, the next generation of hockey players. And I don't want to assume that McKenna and Aaron will play hockey because we're not going to be those kinds of parents.
Of course not.
Or uncles and aunts. But at the end of the day, she said it was a big moment for her because she was your billet when you played for the Generals, and here you are, on the providing color to a broadcast here. So, and then what she was saying specifically is your wife is on the ice. And so that's a really nice moment, and this is Jen's first season. So you kind of see how hockey kind of grows as a community organically, which is really different than how hockey kind of develops in communities such as Minnesota or, up in the Northern Plains. So it's a good opportunity there.
It's a struggle for some people that transplant from those really heavy hockey hotbeds. They're not used to, not everybody plays hockey around here. So the bond between the hockey players in our community is so strong. I mean, we're sitting at like 250, 260 adult league players, and then probably more than that if you're counting our players that play in private drop-ins because, maybe they work on Sundays or they just don't have the time or the commitment available to play, what is essentially 36, almost 40 games of RHL throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's pretty neat. I mean, when we think of, we all of us, took over the actual ice operations here about 10 years ago. We'll be entering year number 10 next year. This is year 9. And so you think about, all the difficulties that were associated with that back then. And, now just having a flat sheet of ice with boards that are even all the way around. And, one of these days we'll have to make a video about all the difficulties that are kind of associated with this place. But everybody's helped make it work, and it's a pretty impressive deal. As Block 15's number 44, Biscup, recovers the puck, and he'll nicely chip it off the boards. Nice chip play there by Biscup, and he moves it up to Apgar. Apgar loses the puck. The puck is fired off the wall. It's coming all the way down. We're going to get an icing call.
Yeah, and that natural curiosity that people have. People want to know how the rink gets put together, and so every year we've had one or two different people that come in, they volunteer, and they just help us paint the ice, and they are astonished by how much work it takes just to make the ice white. We're not even talking about logos. We're not talking about lines.
Or making it flat.
Or making,
Yeah.
we figured that out.
We did.
It's just not easy.
Yeah, that part of it is pretty impressive, how we over time engineered that. And Biscup takes a shot. It's a nice block there. Falling Sky still looking for their first goal.
That was certainly offside.
Way offside. We'll take you back to the goal now that made it 3-0. So just real quick, this is Ken Carroll on his goal. Ken Carroll breaking up through the middle. You walk right here, goes left side. So early on today. So it is 3-0, 7:45 left to go in the third period. Falling Sky still looking for their first goal of the night. Great plays by Jen Nyberg, though. She has made 2 or 3 excellent saves, which could have resulted in a game tie. At least one goal. Shot there and saved there by Mo Basser.
It was our number one key to the game today. Was goaltending was going to be the difference. Getting shots was going to be important, but solid goaltending. Jen has answered the bell. Not to say that Arian's played a bad game. He's had some stellar saves. This game could easily be 7-8-0 right now. But right now, Falling Sky still has a chance to get in this. 1 or 2 quick goals, and it's a different game.
Yeah, it's absolutely just like any other hockey game. And people ask, is it really all that different? And, if you follow youth hockey all the way up to adult hockey, and they make jokes about babies versus adults versus, people who are really old. But you follow that trend, right, of people who are new to hockey, and all it really is the speed. And it's not so much how fast people can skate, it's that the more you play, your ability to make decisions quick, which contributes to your ability to execute the skill. Because I think what people look at there is like, man, why can't that guy put that pass right on someone's stick? I don't think that's really the issue. As a nice play here out to center ice will be number 5, where we visit that thought. Lindsay, his play broken up and intercepted by Francisco, and it's out to center ice. But anyway, to complete that thought, that it's much more about your brain and how much things you have to calculate, and your body wants to do certain things, but your mind kind of betrays you because you're having to think about those things.
Absolutely, and I would venture to guess, I'm not an NHL player, but an A-League game feels as fast to me as a C-League game feels for a C-Leaguer, right? So you're playing at your speed, you're not comfortable, and that's the way it should be. So that was actually a little bit of the pushback we had this year when we changed the dynamic in the Bravo division, the Cascade division. We moved a lot of our comfortable C-Leaguers into Bravo, and what they found is they're having a lot more fun because it's not super comfortable. It's fast, and they like it.
And they have really been able to adapt. I think you mentioned to me yesterday that the leading scorer in the B League is now Jim Poole.
That's the second leading scorer.
Leading scorer.
But, the point's still there, right? He was a C-League player 36 games ago.
Yeah. And so, and from what I understand, as most people, they were pretty nervous about, he was pretty nervous about moving up as well, but has enjoyed a lot of success there. And more importantly, it's created this league as a way for new people to enter. Here's a turnover there. Great save there by Jen Nyberg. And Jess Whitney had that opportunity there. Didn't quite get in, so we still have Falling Sky down to block 15. 3-0, 5:25 left to go in the third period. And you'll have to join us again just at 9:30 as Team Purple takes on Two Towns.
Cascade Championship.
That'll be the Cascade Championship right here on the Eugene General's YouTube channel. So as soon as this stream ends, we'll take a little bit of a break so Daniel and I can warm up. And then that game will come back on in a little bit. So here again, the face-off is to the left of Jennifer Nyberg, pitching a shutout right now, representing her country well. In case anybody is wondering, I'm trying to jinx her. And I think I just did.
Oh, my goodness, you ruined it. What is this? Oh, this is the. Oh, that works. We've got an updated roster for Purple for this upcoming game. They're going to be wearing their alternate jerseys, the gold jerseys, which is funny because their team is literally the name of a color. Looks like we need to update our period to 3 because we are not in the second period anymore.
So you see right here, we'll show you that goal. Here, stoppage of play. And the puck goes out to the point. Nice shot. Finish up. I'm not sure if there was a rebound there.
Just trickled in off of Jen's skate there as she went to flop down in the butterfly.
Score is now 3-1, block 15 to Falling Sky.
There's 4 minutes left. Well, 4.5 minutes left. Still a wide open game here.
Jen Nyberg's going to be upset.
Yeah, hopefully she doesn't watch a broadcast. She's not going to be happy with you.
One. I was trying to jinx Canada, and that definitely worked. So,
well, I'm going to give credit. Jacob Rhodes, are you able to zoom? Can you zoom in on Jen Nyberg's helmet? Do you know how to do that? He has no clue how to do that. That's fine.
So
once again, you're going to have to take my word for it.
Join the conversation online. 4:17 left to go in the third period. It's 31, block 15 over Falling Sky here in the Cascade, I don't know, semifinal. Consolation game.
Consolation game.
Consolation game. So join us online, facebook.com/The Rink Exchange. Join that particular thread. Or you can join us right there on your YouTube channel. Look to your right. There's a little chat. Go ahead and chat. Both chats are being monitored. Thanks for joining us this morning. If anyone knows the score of the under-18 game between the U.S. and Canada, I'd really appreciate it. It was 2-2 last I checked, I believe. And off at center ice is Francisco. Francisco gives it to Vogel. Vogel moves it back. That's over to Biscup. Biscup leaves it there for Carroll. He's in the middle of the ice. He cuts, he weaves, gets his puck taken away. And out at center ice, dumped in, controlled by Falling Sky Poole. Poole moves it up along the wall, just out of the reach of Ken Carroll, but Biscup will play it. Looks over to Vogel. Vogel has that puck. He's thinking about moving it back, but it's intercepted. Come down the left side. Here's an opportunity. Good stick there by Biscup. Breaks up that play, moves it up to Carroll. Carroll will cut to the middle of the ice. He'll try to advance the puck to Francisco. Francisco loses the puck, leaves it there, comes back out to center ice all the way, played by Biscup. He'll take control in his own end. Biscup moves it up, misses everybody, and we'll get an icing call. 2:49 left to go in the third period. The United States kicks the crap out of Canada 5-2. Son of a bitch. They should have won yesterday.
LTAD. USA sled looks like they're leading.
I don't care about sled.
Well, that's
not true.
That's messed up.
I do care about sled.
They're leading South Korea 4-0 right now.
And that I don't think that's on NHL Network. I can't remember.
I don't believe it is.
But actually, that is, all jokes aside, that is some amazing hockey. That's one thing I want to bring back to our facility is some opportunities for sled hockey.
Oh, that was, I can't remember his name. He was here 2 years ago.
Josh Sweeney.
Josh Sweeney was here 2 years ago. Brought, I think it was a U of O group. They came out and they tried sled hockey, and I went out there as well. And you would think I had a bit of an advantage being that I know how to skate and I know what the ice does. And you know what? Zero advantage.
It's really, really difficult.
It's so difficult.
And it's just difficult to explain. So if you jump on YouTube after the broadcast is over, search sled hockey, or you could search United States sled hockey. We've won a lot of gold medals there, but that's not the point. What you really should do is take a look at how all of this works. They're actually in sled. They have sticks that have spikes at the top end instead of knobs. Actually quite dangerous. And
Yeah.
it's just an amazing hockey. So here we are returning to the action here. Third period of play, 2:11 left to go. It's 3-1, blocked 15. All goals by Ken Carroll, unless there was deflection on the second one. Pretty good game. Strong goaltending by both Mobasser and Nyberg. Nyberg for block 15, of course. A shot there. Good save again as we talk about Nyberg almost going through the wickets. But a good save here by Nyberg results in a good save.
Going to look to see if Arian makes his way to the bench here with just under 2 minutes to go. Looks like Block's going to control this. They're not going to get it out here. Falling Sky with a high turnover. Oh! 3-2 game here.
Great job, great goal there by Falling Sky. We'll try and capture it for you on the replay. Daniel, why don't you take us through what you thought you saw?
So I think you guys heard me mention it before. There was a high turnover there. Block 15 wasn't able to get it out. Falling Sky brings the puck back down, plays a little bit of patty cake, gets the puck to the front of the net, and then they're able to bang one home. So we have 3-2 game right now with just under a minute and a half to go.
So we'll take a look at the replay. You'll see here it comes out in front. It's wide open. Rebound. Goal. So
it's a timeout here. I'm not sure who called it. I believe it's Falling Sky.
So we'll take one more look at it. And you'll see here the puck comes from the corner. Good save there by Nyberg. A little bit of a battle with the puck. And the goal by number 8, Joe McCulley. So here we go. So goals by block 15, all by Ken Carroll, we believe. The second goal might have been deflected, but I think it was deflected by a Falling Sky player that was in front of that. That's at least theoretically. Well, you tell us. The block 15 second goal.
Let's just take a YouTube poll.
We'll cue that up here. You'll see Ken Carroll come off. He'll take the shot, but we believe the deflection is right there, which results in the goal. That was the second goal by block 15. Ken Carroll's third goal here, which took block 15 up 3-0, was a semi-breakaway. And then what eventually made it 3-2 was this goal by Joe McCulley, And McCulley was right here. Puck goes to the front of the net. McCulley manages to find a way. And that takes us to where we are now. With 1:27 left to go in the third period, it's 3-2, block 15, who led all the way. But again, good goaltending by both Nyberg and Mobasser has made this a pretty interesting game. Empty net to our right as Mobasser steps out. Played there by Whitney. She's pressured. She manages to find some space. And we're going to get a zone entrance here and some opportunities.
Questionable call there.
For Falling Sky. Oh, Daniel showing his San Jose ref bias.
It's a linesman thing.
As Lindsay trying to get the puck into the zone. He'll try to rip it in. Intercepted there by Biscup. And he clears it out to center ice. 46 seconds left to go in the third period. 3-2, block 15. Net is empty to our right. Opportunity here for Mikado. He dumps it in. Picked up by McCulley. Wraps it behind the net to Terry Smith. Oh, centering pass blocked. It goes back on front to Whitney. Shot just wide. Here's Smith. Smith picks it up. Tries to dump it behind the net. Picked up there by Vogel. She'll wrap it around. Not enough, though. Goes on the stick of McCulley. Centered in front.
Loose.
Big opportunity. And a shot there and a save. Another shot from the point. It's deflected wide.
It's
Great shot there by Lindsay. Whitney in the corner. Centers to Whitney. Or to Lindsay. Oh, my gosh. I'm confused.
There's so many names.
Puck comes out to center ice. 1 second left to go, and that will do it. Game-winning goal. This one by Ken Carroll. Ken Carroll, it is this goal that wins the game for block 15. So, Daniel, any last thoughts?
I mean, It was an awesome game, I think, all the way around. Lots of back and forth. It looked like Block was going to run away with it, but you leave the door open long enough, the Falling Sky made it really interesting. A bounce here, a bounce there, and it would have been a 3-3 game.
Yeah, exciting game. So everyone, the next game here is just in about 15 minutes. Be a different stream, so just go back. You'll be able to see it. What's up is Team Purple and Two Towns. The final score tonight is, the final score this morning, 3-2, Block 15. So on behalf of Daniel Gomez and Flint Dunchuk, we thank you for joining us and hopefully see you at the rink soon.